Welcome back, everyone. This is the thejonnymar, and we get to experience the end of Metal Gear Solid 1. Hope they're okay. It's not looking good.
Otacon, are you okay?
I guess so.
Otacon, can you move?
It's no use. I can't move.
What happened to Liquid?
I don't know, but I hope he's dead.
Me too.
Liquid's dead.
Finally.
Uh-oh.
Snake!
Unbelievable. Die! Die!
Snake!
Come on.
Die.
Huh. Sweet. But wait a minute. That's not good. What does that mean for Solid? Are you dead now?
If he's dead, that means...
Don't think about it, Snake.
What happened to the air raid? No stealth bombers in sight.
Snake, can you hear me?
Colonel.
Are you okay?
Colonel, what happened?
The Secretary of Defense has been arrested. Early retirement.
Arrested?
I was able to get into contact with the President. Metal Gear, the training exercise, all of it. It was all the Secretary of Defense acting alone.
Acting alone? What happened to the air raid and the nuclear strike?
The orders were rescinded. The F-117s and the B-2 Spirits have returned to the base. Once again, I have complete authority over this operation.
I see.
Washington isn't stupid enough to use nukes to cover up a few secrets.
I wonder about that.
In any case, the danger's over. Thanks, Snake.
Colonel, about Meryl.
I already know.
Colonel?
Meryl was my daughter.
What?
I didn't find out until recently. I got a letter from her mother, my dead brother's wife. I was going to tell her after this operation was over.
Colonel,
It's okay, Snake. Thanks anyway. Snake, I'm sorry. I kept a lot of things from you.
It's okay, Colonel.
Snake, I'm not a colonel.
Oh, that's right.
I've got a present for you. There's a snowmobile close to you. Mei Ling saw it on the satellite photos. This time of year, the glaciers are pretty calm. You should be able to ride right out of there. I'll bet the boys at the DIA and the NSA never expected you to come home alive.
Me neither. I better not show my face around here.
No danger of that. You two officially died after your Jeep sank into the ocean.
That's not too far from the truth.
Also, there's a helicopter waiting for you on Fox Island.
Okay, Roy. Are you gonna be okay?
Don't worry. I've got an insurance policy. A hard copy of all Mei Ling's data. As long as I've got that, you, me, and Mei Ling will be fine.
The battery on these nanomachines will run out soon. They won't be able to follow us.
I guess we won't meet again.
Don't worry. I'll pay you a visit sometime.
Really? I look forward to that.
Roy, just tell me one thing.
What?
About Fox Die. What about me? It killed Liquid.
Naomi said that she wants to talk to you face to face about that.
How is she?
Don't worry. Mei Ling is with her right now. I'm switching over to Naomi.
Snake, it's me.
Naomi,
I heard about my brother.
I'm sorry, but he had one last message he wanted to say to you. He told me to tell you to forget about him and to go on with your own life.
Frankie said that?
Yeah. He also said he'll always love you. Naomi, your brother just saved you, me, and the whole world. He fought with every ounce of strength in his body.
Maybe. Maybe now he's finally found some peace. He wasn't really my brother anymore. Ever since he fought with you in Zanzibar, he's been like a ghost. A ghost looking for a place to die.
Naomi, Liquid died from Fox died too. What about me? When am I gonna go?
That's up to you.
What do you mean?
Everybody dies when their time is up.
Yeah, so when's mine up?
It's up to you how you use the time left to you. Live, Snake. That's all I can say to you.
What kind of answer is that? It's a no answer. That's what it was.
Each person is born with their fate written into their own genetic code. It's unchangeable, immutable. But that's not all there is to life. I finally realized that. I told you before the reason that I was interested in genes and DNA. Because I wanted to know who I was, where I came from. I thought that if I analyzed my DNA, I could find out who I was, who my parents were. And I thought that if I knew that, then I'd know what path I should take in life. But I was wrong. I didn't find anything. I didn't learn anything. Just like with the genome soldiers, you can input all the genetic information, but that doesn't make them into the strongest soldiers. The most we can say about DNA is that it governs a person's potential strengths, potential destiny. You mustn't allow yourself to be chained to fate, to be ruled by your genes. Humans can choose the type of life they want to live. Snake, whether or not you're in the Fox Die program isn't important. The important thing is that you choose life. And then live. Don't you think, Snake? Don't worry. I'm going to choose life too. Until today, I've always looked for a reason to live. But from here on, I'm going to just live.
It's kind of important to know if I'm in the Fox Die program.
Genes exist to pass down our hopes and dreams for the future through our children.
How the heck was that visible from space?
Living is a link to the future. That's how all life works. Loving each other, teaching each other. That's how we can change the world.
Thanks for the help, Otacon.
I finally realized it. The true meaning of life. Thank you, Snake.
Ready for some awkward bromance? We got it in spades here.
Until today, I've lived only for myself. Survival has been the only thing I cared about in my life.
That's not just you. That's how everyone is.
I only felt truly alive when I was staring death in the face. I don't know. Maybe it's written into my genes.
What about now?
I want to enjoy life. I really do. How about you, Otacon?
Me? I feel like a new man.
So what are you gonna do? Continue your research?
No, I'm finished with science. I'm interested in human psychology now.
It's a science.
Sounds good.
The whole reason I got into science in the first place was because I was no good with people. I was scared of them. I was scared of life. I thought that I could never understand them because they're so illogical. But I finally learned how to like people. I'm not afraid anymore.
You and I are more alike than I thought.
I'm just tired of always being a spectator in life. I'm ready to live. I'm gonna stand on my own 2 feet. I'm not gonna hide anymore.
You giving up your stealth camo?
Huh? Oh yeah. You can have it.
That was awkward.
So, this is where we say goodbye to our loves as well. Want me to drive?
No thanks. I'd rather do it myself.
No problem. Where to, Snake?
My real name is David, Otacon.
I'm Hal, Dave.
Oh, that's right. Hal. Hal and Dave. That's a good one. Maybe we should take a trip to Jupiter.
So where you going, Dave?
I think it's time for me to look for a new path in life.
A new path?
A new purpose.
Will you find it?
I'll find it. I know I'll find it.
That was a nice 2001 Space Odyssey reference. Hal and Dave and a trip to Jupiter. And now we get kind of the underlying message of this game. Nuclear weapons are bad. Wonder what it's today. Well, that's the game, folks. We have finished Metal Gear Solid 1. And during the credits sequence here, which is quite extended, we'll get some interesting images and also a remixed version of this wonderful song that's been playing off and on throughout the game. I think I've heard that most of these names that are listed for the different characters are actually pseudonyms. And they're not the actual names of the actors. Except David Hayter. Obviously, he is the voice of Solid Snake. Up until the one that's coming out, which apparently is going to have someone else as Solid Snake, if the reports are true. Not sure how I feel about that. But yeah, that is the end of Metal Gear Solid 1. What a ride, huh? Just an absolutely epic game from start to finish. One of my favorite action-adventure games of this era, especially the PlayStation 1 era, but I would say of any era. It's really the game that kind of took me out of my comfort zone. Before I played this game and Resident Evil 1, I had really only played role-playing games up to that point. Because I never really believed that there would be action games or stealth games that would kind of have a really awesome storyline to them. I thought it would just all be kind of mindless hack and slash. But this game really changed my mindset and showed me that you could kind of play a game with a really great underlying story, even if it's a little convoluted at times. Here is some of those images of the Alaskan wilderness with the continued remix of that wonderful song. So I really hope you've all enjoyed kind of this walkthrough of Metal Gear Solid 1, as I've tried to show you pretty much everything the game has to offer. Now, obviously, I'm no expert, and therefore, you know, I don't know everything about the game. I'm not going to be showing off all of these secret phantom pictures that you can get with the digital camera or anything like that. But I will tell you about all of the extra kind of items you can acquire. So because we beat the game with this ending, which I actually prefer this ending to the other one. I'm going to be showing off the alternate ending in another episode, kind of a bonus episode. And this ending is not considered the kind of true ending to the game, although that's very controversial. But this is considered the non-kind of canon ending. The ending where you don't submit to the torture, which I will be showing again in another episode. That is the one that's considered to be the true ending by most people. But I like this ending more because it's really kind of much more touching and emotional, and really just seems a lot more realistic in a lot of ways compared to the other ending that we're going to get to watch. But for finishing the game with this ending, as you saw when Otacon and Snake were bromancing it up on the snowmobile, you acquire the stealth unit. So now you can actually do kind of a new game plus and save your completed data and replay the game with the stealth. Obviously that makes things quite a bit easier. You can't be seen by most things in the game. In fact, the only things that can see you are bosses, certain scripted storyline battles, and then the wolves can actually smell you and still attack you, which is kind of a cool little touch. Now, if you don't submit to the torture and you finish the game with the alternate ending, you'll actually get a bandana, which offers you unlimited ammo when you have it equipped. So that's kind of cool. And if you then play through the game with your saved data file and complete it a second time, when you boot it up and play through it a third time, and the song is called The Best Is Yet to Come. Very nice. You'll actually get a special little tuxedo that Snake will wear throughout the adventure, kind of James Bond-like. And not only that, but the ninja will actually be wearing a new outfit too that's kind of a crimson hue. So that's a pretty cool little effect. Now, it is worth it to kind of stick around through all of the credits, not only to kind of save your game for the New Game Plus, but there's also a couple little scenes at the end that will give you a little bit more information about kind of what's been going on and kind of leading into the next game in the series. Now, I do plan on playing Metal Gear Solid 2 and doing a walkthrough of it at some point, but I do have a couple other games on my plate for the immediate future, so we'll be getting back to this series at some point down the line, just not right away. And if you are someone that's kind of been enjoying this series on my alternate channel, while I am doing some other different games and LPs, please make sure to check out my main channel, thejonnymar. That's where all of the other LPs and walkthroughs are that I've done. So now let's see this little scene at the end, and we'll actually get our rank too for how well we did.
You mustn't allow yourself to be chained to fate, to be ruled by your genes. Humans can choose the type of life they want to live. The important thing is that you choose life, and then live.
Okay, thanks, Naomi.
Yes, sir. The entire unit was wiped out. Those two are still alive. The Vector? Yes, sir. Fox die should become activated soon, right on schedule. Yes, sir, I recovered all of Rex's dummy warhead data. No, sir, my cover is intact. Nobody knows who I really am. Yes, the DARPA chief knew my identity, but he's been disposed of. Yes, thank you. Goodbye, Mr. President.
Okay. So apparently the president did know what was going on. Here's my score. First time beating the game on normal. 42 saves, a little over 7 hours. No continues. Tarantula. Whatever the hell that means. But alright. As always, viewers, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough of Metal Gear Solid 1. Stay tuned for the bonus episode with the alternate ending, and I will see you all in my next LP. So long.